This is My Audiobooks, the world of audiobook library.
This is My Audiobits, School Ties by Sahana Thakur Rudra, narrated by Varsha Mukund. Chapter 1. Ingrid Addison couldn't believe her luck. Just a year in Westford, and she had already been accepted to Crisborne Williams School. It was one of the hardest schools in the country to get into. Of course, those rules didn't apply if you were extremely rich, which she was. However, she liked to think she got in solely on merit and not due to her parents' money. At least, that was what her mommy said. Nevertheless, it was amazing to actually be going to the school. It was a half-an-hour drive from the place she had grown up hating, and her parents would occasionally visit her. Then again, they had the company to worry about. Her parents had always been extremely busy, especially during her childhood. Ingrid was essentially raised by nannies and au pairs. The Crisborne Williams School was a boarding school, and she had never been away from home for longer than 24 hours. But none of that mattered. She was actually accepted into the most exclusive private school in New England. There were still 3 days before the term began. Ingrid flopped onto the dusty couch in the living room. "Mom," she called. There was no response. "Mom?" She tried again. This time, her mother, Lacey Addison, came bustling into the room. "I was in the middle of trying to give Elsa a bath, and you almost gave both of us an aneurysm. What is it?" Ingrid frowned, staring at her mother, decked out in pearls and a tweed suit. "Yes, I can definitely see that you were in the midst of giving the cat a bath," she said flatly. "But I wanted to ask you again, why are we staying here? Why not back at home?" Lacey sighed dramatically. "Ingrid, we've been over this," she replied, fluffing up her big blonde hair. "It's convenient." "Why?" Ingrid was half pleading and half arguing. "You know what happened the last time I was here? We are staying here. This house may be the ugliest thing in the whole of northern Connecticut, but it's a family home. We are staying here no matter what." It was fine. She hadn't really expected her mom to give in. Not that easily. The good news was that some friend of her mom's was going to visit today. Ingrid didn't know much about her mom's friends, except they were always rich and always predictable. First, they would enter the house and comment on how quaint and lovely it was, rich lady code word for small and ugly. Next, they would present some flowers, generally lilies, which she despised, to her mother and a box of chocolates to her. To make it worse, the chocolates usually were the disgusting cherry-filled ones. After that, her mother would give them a cup of tea or a glass of wine, depending on how much she tolerated them, and discreetly tell Ingrid to move out of the room. This was fine with her. She didn't want to be around stuffy people anyway. Ingrid was just about to go up the stairs when her mother stopped her. "There's been a change of plans. We've decided to meet at the Weatherleys anyway. You understand why we can't have it here?" she said, waving her hands around. Ingrid did understand. It still looked like her grandmother's summer house, even though her aunt technically owned it now. Ugly floral couches lined the walls with peeling cream-colored paint. Chipped tables surrounded the room, and the creepy ceramic cats were still there. Ingrid swore the cats had already plotted her murder. "Anyway, I have laid out your clothes on your bed. Put them on and meet me here in 20 minutes. "It's still not my room," Ingrid muttered, trudging up the stair. "It's never been my room." When Ingrid entered what used to be her aunt's room, she saw a black pleated skirt and a white button-down shirt along with some brown Oxfords.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?